It is Sunday, May 8th in the NBA, and I'm back with my 3 best picks of the day. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. We have a special guest today. Get those brooms out, because boom, a 5-0 sweep across the NBA and the MLB. Specifically, for just the NBA, we had Jordan Poole over 21.5 points. He ends with 27. We had Drew Holiday under 7.5 assists. He didn't even get close to it. I think he had 3 assists. So either way, our MLB plays absolutely do the queen sleep as well. Those MLB plays are posted before this one, so definitely go check out that video. We also cashed our 2 same-game parlays. Hopefully you guys tailed. We had the one with Drew Holiday and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then we had the one with Ja Morant and Jordan Poole both getting 25-plus points. A great day. Hopefully you tailed and you made some money. If you are new to the Calling Our Shot channel, that's what we do over here. Hopefully we're helping you guys make some money. If you want to hit that subscribe button down below, we certainly would appreciate it, as we're closing in on 33,000 subscribers, and we're going to do a 33,000 subscriber parlay giveaway. So definitely make sure you're locked in. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. See if we can hit, 600 likes today. Also, comment down below your favorite bet for today's slate in the NBA. Obviously, we have 2 games on, and if we did help you make some money, we really would appreciate it if you consider becoming a COS All-Star. It's our YouTube membership. It only costs $2.99 a month. That's less than the price of coffee, less than the price of some dumb parlays people are posting out there. We really would appreciate it. And you get some cool extra perks like getting our plays an hour early, sometimes even more than an hour early. So if you're interested, click that join button on the channel, click the link in the description, or click the link in the pinned comment. We certainly would appreciate it. And I'll shout you out in the next episode. Like all these people, our newest All-Stars. We got Jason, we got Peyton, we got Juanita, we got Rondell. I think we got Jonah. Hopefully I pronounced that right. And we got Nick. Thank you guys all so much for supporting the community. You guys are the real MVPs. We can't do without all those new All-Stars and all the existing All-Stars. Thank you guys all so much. Now, last but not least, we do have a cool sign-up bonus with BetMGM. Basically, if you sign up using the link in the description, you kind of follow the little details. I think you post, you put $10 on either Suns or the Mavericks money line. And if Devin Booker hits a 3, you get $200 worth of free bets. If I'm going to be honest, you're going to get the $200 regardless of if Booker hits a 3 or not. So they normally honestly give you the free bets before the game even starts. So definitely check it out. Follow the details in the description. All new existing users, or all new users for BetMGM, just follow the description. You'll know exactly what I mean. So take advantage of that. Now let's talk about Booker. We're not talking about him today, but we're going to go to the Suns-Mavericks game. It is the first game on the slate, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. And we're not taking Booker today, but we're taking his teammate. And yesterday we made amends. We extended an olive branch to Drew Holiday, and he cashed out for the Calling Our Shot community. So we're doing that again today, because this is the guy that's really wronged us a lot in the past 2 seasons. We're taking DeAndre Ayton. I'm taking his over 17.5 points, minus 104 on FanDuel. Now, like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with Ayton, because I honestly love him as a player. I think he's very talented. I love watching him at Arizona. The problem is sometimes he doesn't apply himself, and that is normally where we got wronged. We would take his overs, and he wrongs us and gives us, he says, hey, here's 8 points. But today, he's not going to hurt us. I promise you that. Now, Ayton has gone under this line in 2 straight games, which honestly we love to see. You don't want a guy that's been going over every single time, because then it's just a trap and a half taking his over. But in game 2, we saw him with foul trouble. He only played 18 minutes, scoring 9 points in that one. Game 3, he finished 16 points on 6 of 12 shooting. So he was just a bucket away. We need 18 points. This is the guy that shoots, he went 50% from the field in game 3. Look, this guy that averaged 63% from the field in the regular season. He's been absolutely crushing it in the postseason. I think he crushes it today. Now, the Mavericks made it pretty clear in game 3. You know what? We're fine losing anyone not named Devin Booker or Chris Paul. And they made that pretty clear, throwing double teams at them. And they are going to need other guys to step up. I don't mind taking a guy like Jay Crowder's over in points today, or maybe even over in assists as well. Now, we look at Mr. Ayton. He's got a big size mismatch here versus Dwight Powell, who's going to play, 3 minutes in the game, and then he's got Maxi Kleber on him the rest of the game. And Max Kleber, a decent defender, much shorter than DeAndre Ayton. He can shoot right over him. And we looked at game 3. Ayton missed several easy opportunities. Had a couple mid-ranges he missed. He missed a couple tip-ins, which would have gotten him over this 18-plus points, which is what we need today. Now, prior to those last 2 games, Ayton over not only in 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 straight playoff games before these last 2. I think he gets back to that in this game. Now, Ayton is over this line in 13 of his last 21 playoff games. So the proof is in the pudding. He should be able to do it today. And look, I don't see him getting into a lot of foul trouble today. I mean, they do like to switch him onto Luka, but he was good. He had 0 fouls in their last game. I think we'll get back to that. My only minor concern here is, 1, if the field goal attempts aren't there, sometimes Ayton is just like, I don't feel like shooting today. Or 2, the Suns just are, we're seeing Devin Booker shooting 150 times, which happens, but I think they're going to get double teamed, whether that's Booker or CP3. Should see a lot of open mid-ranges for DeAndre Ayton, and I think he gets it done. He does average a little bit less points per game on the road, but not worried about it. I think Ayton gets it done. The centers against the Mavs, we're absolutely feasting against them this season. I think Ayton gets it done. We're taking his over 17.5 points. I haven't projected closer to 20. Hurt me good, 8, and I'm riding with you today. Now, I'm not going to do the same game parlay. We're just going to move on right into that Heat versus Sixers game because I actually got 2 plays in this one, which you know is rare. Let's talk about the first one. We're going James Harden. We're taking his under 9.5 assists, minus 130 on DraftKings. If I'm going to be honest, why is this line 9.5? I truthfully think it should be 8.5, and I don't mind it at that line either. But we look at the series so far. We've seen James Harden kind of struggle. I don't mind his under in points, which are slowly lowering. I think it's at 19.5 today. But Harden, 6, 9, and 5 assists this series. So under in all 3 games. One of the games he did finish on the hook, but I think get a little bit lucky in that game. Now, this season, the Heat gave up the 3rd fewest assists per game overall to opposing teams and the 7th fewest to opposing point guards. Not a team getting abused, giving up a ton of assists. We obviously know. You'll see the final scores in these games. Super low scoring game. Forgot to check the over-under for this game. I'd be willing to bet it's in the low 200s. Now, we look at Harden under this line in 18 of his last 25 playoff games, so we love to see that. He's also under this line in 5 straight versus the Miami Heat. Obviously, games 1, 2, and 3 were 3 of those games. The other 2 games were in the regular season when he had 7 and 8 assists, not getting close to this line. Now, he's also not a guy that's averaging a ton of assist chances. That's why we took Drew Holiday's under an assist yesterday. And just because he had 7 assists in one game, he's not averaging a lot of assist chances. Only 9 assist chances last game with Joel Embiid in the lineup. So you only have 9. You're not going to get this 10 assists that he needs to ruin us. But in the series as a whole, when we think about it, Embiid was missing some of those games. Only 12 assist chances across these 3 games. So he's going to have to get 10 assists. It's going to be hard to do against a very, very good Miami Heat defense, as we all know. Now, we look at that series against the Trae Young. When they had Trae Young, Trae Young didn't even get 10 plus assists, and he was the guy that didn't he lead, or he was second in the NBA in assists per game behind Chris Paul. He had the most assists overall combined across all games. So since the All-Star break, which happened in mid-February, only 6 players, just 6, have had 10 plus assists versus Miami Heat defense. That All-Star break was in mid-February. So they've been a very good team at limiting opposing assists. And look, like I said, Trae Young didn't even break 10 plus assists in their whole series. They were double teaming him nonstop. So I believe this top line is a little bit too high. If it's a trap, then so be it. I'll take it. Give me the under 9.5 assists. Obviously, Tyrese Maxey handled the ball a lot. Tobias Harris actually had a lot of assist chances last game. And obviously, Joel Embiid's going to get his own post-ups and isolation plays. Give me James Harden under 9.5 assists. Now let's move on to my second play in this game, which is rare. Joel Embiid over 10.5 rebounds, minus 124 on FanDuel. If you've been tracking my plays this postseason, you know a couple different things. Number 1, we hardly ever go over 2 plays a day. It's the NBA. The playoffs lines are super sharp. I really don't like forcing a ton of plays. I'd rather, leave money on the table than lose some money. And number 2, I really don't like taking 2 plays in one game. We really don't do that. So it's rare, but I think this line is too good to pass up. We have to take it over 10.5 rebounds, minus 124 on FanDuel. Look, this is disrespectful. This line should at least be 11.5. Now, in Embiid's return, he hit the over. He had 11 rebounds. He had 19 rebound chances. So definitely some room to grow there. He could have gotten more of those, gotten 12 or 13 rebounds, which is what we want to see today. Now, we did see Tobias Harris grab a lot of rebounds, 10 rebounds in that one. And Harden also grabbed 8, which are both over their respective lines. I believe Tobias Harris's line is 7.5, Harden's is 6.5. So they do expect those guys to take a decline, and I think Embiid might see, 12, 13 rebounds today. Now, I understand. In that game, he played 36 minutes. And, he arguably probably would have played more if that game were even closer. He got, subbed out with the last couple minutes as they were up by 20 points. So I think Embiid approaches, 40-ish minutes today if this game's a little bit closer, which I imagine it will be. Now, I do have to recognize he does have a nagging hand injury, so that could lead to a little bit less rebounds. But we know Bam Adebayo, he's going to go after it and go after some offensive rebounds. Embiid needs to box him out and go grab some rebounds, and I think he will do just that today. We know Bam Adebayo, not a guy that's got a really big outside shot. He's not shooting 3-pointers. Maybe one day he will, but he's mostly shooting mid-ranges, which Embiid can contest those and go get the rebound, which I think he can do today. Now, look at Embiid over this line in 5 of 7 playoff games this year. So pretty solid. I believe his 2 misses. One he ended with 10. I don't remember the other one. I think he ended with 8, and that was against the Raptors. Now, Embiid over this line in all 4 matchups versus Miami this year, and none of them were even really close besides that 11 rebounds in Game 3. I think he had 12, 14, 15 rebounds in the other matchups. Adding icing on top of that, he had hit this over in 12 straight games versus the Miami Heat with 25-plus minutes played. Now, if you look at his whole game log, there were 2 games he went under. He played like 24 and 25, maybe less. I think 24 and 24 minutes in both those games. So the fact that he's playing and hitting this over really consistently against the Miami Heat, I love to see that. And he's going to play well over 35 minutes today, if we're being honest. Now, Embiid has 11-plus rebounds in 19 of his last 25 games with 35-plus minutes played. I believe the 35 plus minutes is more of a floor for Embiid today. I think he's going to play a lot more minutes unless they're somehow getting blown out, which I don't see them doing that at home, or he's in foul trouble, which I also don't see. He's going to have to hold it down on the defensive side of the ball. We obviously know how bad their defense was in the paint when Embiid was not there. Just look at Bam Adebayo's points in this series. I don't mind his over at 11.5 if you get it at plus value, but when we're taking that, we'll be riding with it. So my 3 plays of the day: Joel Embiid over 10.5 rebounds. We're taking James Harden under 9.5 assists, and we're taking DeAndre Ayton over 17.5 points. Those are my 3 plays of the day. Not going to give you any leans. I didn't really look at too much today, and I'm not going to give you a same game parlay. Although our 2 were pretty hot yesterday, I really don't like betting on these 2 games in terms of same game parlays. I don't really trust, some games Chris Paul's going crazy with assists, some games he's going crazy with points. I don't trust it at all. I take probably a lot more unders in the same game parlay, which it's kind of hard to take earlier on in the day. So those are my 3 plays of the day. Let me know your best bets down below in the description. Check out our MLB best bets on the screen, which we also swept in yesterday's slate as well. We appreciate you guys as always for tuning into the community, and we will see you guys again tomorrow. Probably we'll have the videos live later on Sunday night. This has been Austin. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.